Tabling the challenges faced by the tax administration, the Deputy Commissioner says SARS will be going after those that owe the Revenue Service, underdeclare their income and have unexplained wealth. He says other areas of focus to try and bring in the revenue include dealing with illicit tobacco, fuel and alcohol. He says the informal economy, as well as goods fraudulently valued and mispricing, also need attention at ports of entry, and believe this presents another opportunity to raise revenue.
Our debt that we are collecting is no longer about phoning somebody and say, you owe us money, and please pay us. It's now moving into such things as even beyond third-party appointments. It's now moving into having to leverage such things as civil judgments and moving further towards such things as writs of execution. And we have been in the past constrained in terms of moving in the direction of beyond third-party appointments. We've just added 100 resources that are experienced legal collectors to be able to take us that way. We've also enhanced, or are in the process of enhancing, our litigation team, because we know that people will always tend to ignore you until you get to civil judgment and until you get to attaching some assets through writs of execution. But again, we believe we should not get there for an ordinary taxpayer in terms of collecting the debt that we need to. We are focusing on unexplained wealth and economically active persons who are not declaring or are under-declaring.
National Treasury says the reason it had decided to raise the value-added tax in the budget that was rejected earlier this year was because it had looked at a way to raise revenue that would have the least impact on economic growth. DDG at National Treasury, Chris Exelson, however, says the country will still have to engage on the VAT increase as it cannot be off the table forever. He told delegates that the National Treasury was concerned about the impact of the VAT increase on the poor and tried to provide a cushion to compensate for the increase.
So we say, okay, well, that's how much it's going to cost low-income households. Let's increase grants by more than that amount to overcompensate for those households in terms of the VAT increase. And I think that, like that messaging, we didn't get right. We didn't get that messaging right at all when we did it. And it was because it was, you know, the VAT came out before the budget. It was a very difficult environment. But we're going to have that conversation again as a public, you know, and to say VAT can't be off the table forever. But if you can have these compensating mechanisms to lower income households that fully compensate them for the cost, then it should be considered.
Exelson says according to the modeling, the majority of VAT is paid by high-income households. Gloria Sefakomusi, SABC News, Johannesburg.